want to get like a tambourine or like a kazoo. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Hey.
I felt frisky. I'm
wow,
sorry.
we've given Rory control of the sound effects, and oh boy,
Things will never be the same.
wow, here we go. Now, kids, are you going to behave for the podcast?
Maybe.
Welcome back to Kenneth Frankly. I'm your host, Kenneth Frank, joined as always by my lovely and talented co-host. I hope she will give herself her own applause, or if not, maybe our guest will give it to her.
Thank you,
Rory!
Yay!
Hi, Rory. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Hi. How are you, Rory?
I'm pretty okay.
Only okay.
Don't ask me right now. Okay?
No. What's your life like? Has it been a good week, bad week? I mean, every week is kind of a tough week, but in the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things, I mean, it's a blip.
You living?
But I'm like in the moment totally, and I'm like totally pissed off. But
You're not thriving, but you're surviving.
I am.
I'm sort of the same way.
Yeah, check that off. How are you doing?
I'm good. Before we get into that, though, I do want to welcome a very talented musician, singer,
Yes.
songwriter, music producer.
Probably my favorite.
Use your
God.
words.
No, someone composer.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God, Jesus! I'm like writing with my hands, but I'm also doing like.
She's conducting.
Yeah.
She's imaginary drapes. Composer
Of life, of all time.
And on top of all of that, he happens to be my ride or die boo, my husband. Please welcome Matthew Connor.
Ew.
Oh God. Oh, guys, the sound effects haven't been recording this whole time.
What?
That's okay. I'll put them in post. Matthew,
You won't do it justice, though. That's wrong.
I think it's okay. Probably won't even have to add that one in. It'll be very loud.
Fine.
Matthew, welcome to the
Hey,
show.
hello.
Hi, sweetie boo.
Hi, Bo.
Hi, daddy.
Hi, Father.
We've been saying father because apparently Mike Pence has been... What happened?
So Mike Pence, apparently, a bunch of his peers or colleagues or whatever went to his house for a formal dinner. And he kept...
How bougie.
Yeah, so he kept saying to someone, "Mother, what are we having for dinner tonight? Mother, what's in the soup? Mother."
Referring to his wife.
They didn't realize until like halfway through the meal that it was his wife. That he was
That's
talking.
disgusting.
So they're all just like sitting there in silence, looking at each other like,
What the fuck?
Like, who's the 98-year-old woman that's serving us dinner right now? Because I don't see a mother anywhere.
Yeah, it's really strange and gross.
"What's in the soup, Mother?"
It's totally like Bates Motel shit.
Yeah. Matthew, you have such... I wanted to talk about this, but you've already brought it to the table. You have such a radio voice, Matthew.
Yeah, you do.
What's that?
Thank you.
What's that like?
Oh,
I mean, I have a radio voice too.
me too.
We all have our... Everybody's got their something.
That's right. That's the second time we've brought up that Nick Acosta song on the podcast for astute listeners.
Can I just say that what I thought was every town has its ups and downs.
What's that?
It's from Robin Hood.
Oh,
I don't know
I'm
how
asleep.
it didn't. I know.
we need a cricket sound effect. Add it to the list.
I number the downs. And I just got taken away to jail.
Yeah, under arrest.
Yeah.
Security. She's singing some obscure cartoon or something. I don't understand.
It's so wonderful. Go fuck yourself. Continue.
Anyway, I like to usually start out. I don't think I asked our last guest this, so I'm gonna have to be better about standardizing this. But I like to ask all of our guests, even though you're my husband, Matthew, who are you? What do you do? And why do you do it?
And what gives you the right?
And
What gives me the goddamn right?
and who asked you?
Who do I think I am? Well,
And how dare she?
Kianesea.
Elaborate.
So her name is Matthew Connor. She was born in Birmingham, Alabama.
What does she do?
Was I late? Are they recording now?
They're
Does it
recording.
even matter?
Yeah.
Fine. Continue. I'm so sorry.
Musician. I'm a all-around singer, songwriter, composer, producer. You name it, you throw money at it, I'll do it.
And why? TBD?
I mean,
Unknown?
Do you like music?
You like music?
Do you like creating music?
Is that why you do it?
Probably.
Because you enjoy it.
You know, it's funny.
I don't mean to put words in your mouth.
I mean, like, yeah, obviously I love music. It's mostly compulsory half the time. It feels like it's just like, I don't know what else I would ever do. I've just been doing it my whole life.
But you're also very talented at it too. So that must be a driving
you.
force too. You're welcome. But you are. You absolutely are. So that's like, if you're really good, doesn't that like
Put a
know
little
you're
pep
good?
in your step?
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a market.
I guess I don't really think of it that way as much as just like, I love figuring stuff out and learning stuff. So every time I'm recording a new song, it's like, oh, I really want to figure out how to make my bass sound like that new Kehlani song or something. So everything that I'm doing, I'm constantly trying to figure out a new way of doing it. And I don't know, that keeps it fun.
Where do you fall on the spectrum of music is math? Because that answer strikes me as an I liked algebra kind of thing, but you're not a math person.
I fucking hate math.
I thought so.
hard.
It's really hard.
Honestly, in music, you never really have to count past 4, 6 sometimes, 12 at max if you're in gospel,
What
and
about
that's
like
about
ragtime?
it. That's still in 4.
Is it? I thought
Yeah.
it was like 2 different counts at once.
I mean, like, yeah, there's obnoxious polyrhythm shit sometimes,
Yeah.
but like, even still, I never am like sitting there doing algebra in my head, and I don't think that it made me any more of a.
So listeners, your music
mathematical
teachers
thinker.
and your mathematics teachers lied to you. They're not the same thing.
well, I think
I
they're
mean-
different. I think they're both patterns, though, right? So it's recognizing
yeah.
patterns, but also I think with being a musician, there's also a little bit of muscle memory too.
Totally.
So like if you are like doing it on an ongoing basis and you're continually practicing, then you're only going to get better, right?
Yeah, I mean, in theory. But I mean, like, I think that they have done some sort of. There must be data to back this up that like listening to Mozart while you sleep as a baby is supposed to raise your IQ or some shit.
Yeah.
Data, like numbers?
I think
Yeah.
it's the same
So
side
you're
of
a
the
math
brain.
person after all.
But see, that's the
that
thing
makes
is,
sense, though. It's the same side of the brain, even though it's a different skill set. It's using
Right.
that same skill set that this side of the brain does.
I guess I would say that I'm sure that there's truth to it and that it helps the way that you analyze things or it's something in your brain. But like, I was awful in math class and I hated it. I never liked math. I still don't like. I use my calculator for like the most basic addition and subtraction. Just like I do not have time to think of this right now. But like I don't know, playing video games helps your hand-eye coordination. Like
Yeah.
when I was first learning to play the piano when I was a kid, I was also on Nintendo all the time, and I do think that those two things kind of correlated with each other. You know,
That makes
like
sense. It's also natural talent, though, too. It's not just about like your mental capacity. It's also about like
Your
natural ability.
right. Well, that could be tied into your mental capacity.
Well, it is, of course, but also like a singing voice isn't just like your mental capacity.
Oh,
It is
sure,
like to
sure.
keep like within pitch or like to, improve and everything. But when it comes to like the timbre or the timbre, the whatever it is,
yeah.
that way
The
that
musicianship, let's say.
the way that your voice sounds,
Yeah.
like as
That's
beautiful as mine does,
That's a skill.
that's a skill.
So you started playing piano super young in Birmingham.
yeah.
Was
pretty-
it just like lessons?
I didn't start taking like serious lessons until 2nd grade. But like even before I could talk, we had a piano in the basement, and I would just sit there and pound on it.
So you were drawn to the piano. The piano wasn't put in front of you. I mean, it was there, but you went to it.
Yeah, I mean, my siblings are older. Like my sister's 12 years older than I am. So when I was
wow.
yeah, so she was about ready to head off to college when I was like walking, basically.
Yeah.
So I think that the piano was kind of there for my older siblings to learn to play on, and I don't think that either of them really liked it very much. But it was there, so I took over.
Picking up the scraps. Spoken like a true
Hand-me-downs.
littlest child. So music, and then you went to college, went to school for music.
I did. I went to a special boarding school for music first, North Carolina School of the Arts, which was very weird. It's a high school and a college and a grad school all on the same campus. And since I was in the opera program, that was mostly like much older people. So people who were in my classes were like in their 40s. And I was like 16 and like bright pink hair and wearing my pajamas. Like, gee, this is fun.
Do you remember maybe a year or two ago, we went down to visit the campus so I could see it? It was so cute. They had their own little like movie theater street or whatever where all the kids would go and watch movies, but it was still on campus.
Well, because it's a film school also.
Right.
And like a bunch of kind of big people have come out of it recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what's his name? Jeff Nichols. He did Midnight Special last year, which critically acclaimed. Mud, Take Shelter. He's done a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I saw Take Shelter.
Yeah, he's an NCSA grad.
Before your time, I imagine.
Maybe, I don't actually know. I don't know how old he is. Zach Clark was there when I was there, and he is also kind of blowing up a little bit.
Yeah, we saw one of his movies, didn't we?
Yeah, White Reindeer. And he's got a new one that's on Netflix called Little Sister, and it is awesome.
Oh, cool.
Highly recommended.
Is that the guy you were hanging out with last time he was in the city?
Yeah, I actually knew him when I was a very little kid. His mom and my mom are still to this day best friends. But then we ended up at the same school at the same time, and so
the rest is her story.
The rest is her story.
When we were on the campus, we were walking and I found a sign that said drama gym.
It was a sign for the drama gym. Because
drama
there is a
gym,
drama gym.
Which like I would have fucking excelled at that class so much.
Oh my
Over
God.
here. Throw it over here.
Throw the invisible ball over here.
Yeah, right.
This is the only way we're gonna win.
You have to win. There's no exit from this drama gym.
Can I give the white trash story of that?
Yeah.
Please.
The equivalent of your story, Matthew. So my freshman year orientation going into UMass Lowell. Exactly, right?
UMass Lowell was the punchline.
Exactly. Like I look both back and forth and I'm like, anybody? Thank you. So I was there with my mother.
Wait, let's try it again. Say it again.
So I was there with my mother and it was during the orientation.
Wait, where were you?
At UMass Lowell.
Rory, you kill me.
Continue. Keep going.
You filthy bitch.
Well, I thought it was the punchline.
Anyway. At UMass Lowell. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck you. No. Thank you. Yes. So I'm there with my mother. It's during orientation. It's like we're in some classroom, blah, blah, blah. It's all like high schoolers and parents and everything. And we hear, Robin? And she goes, Dave? My mother, Dave? Her first husband was sitting next to us with his current wife and their stepson, or his stepson, who I ended up doing my freshman year with.
Whoa, was he nice?
Oh, it was totally fine. It was no big deal.
Yeah.
No, it was hilarious. But it was like, but that's my white trash version of your story of like, they're still friends to this day. Like, united by college, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't the story.
Generations.
I mean, my parents got divorced too, so
That
happened to all of us.
No, that wasn't the. Well, that's not.
No.
That's not the takeaway though.
I mean,
like no one cares.
UMass.
You don't get to dictate that, Rory.
Yeah,
I think UMass Lowell is the takeaway.
I'm confused about
Took away
exactly
money.
which takeaway I'm taking away.
Don't take any of it away.
Took
Just
away $30,000 a year.
done.
Can't take it with you.
Done. Over. Go.
Listeners, I want to raise a toast because this is the first time that I have had any alcohol since last time we recorded. So cheers. Cheers. The reason that I hadn't had a drink in an entire week is because I got my wisdom teeth out. Get familiar. So I spent basically the past 4 days, or the first 4 days after we recorded that podcast, getting my teeth ripped out and then spending all of my time in bed watching beautiful, soothing movies and TV shows while hyped up on Oxy. So
Can I tell everyone?
Whatever.
Kenny was the most adorable, drugged up. I'm a little mad at myself for not videoing.
Well, I think
Kenny after dentist.
You mean waking up?
Yeah.
Well,
it's the best.
I feel I think I was so scared of being rude or aggressive or because I'd never been under anesthesia or anything. So
It's the best thing ever.
I spent
It's
the
so much
week
fun.
like, oh my God, what if I spill all of my dirtiest secrets, or like, what if I'm really rude? So
He was the exact opposite.
it's so sweet, right?
The nurse comes to get me in the waiting room, and she's like, "You can come back here. I want to explain to you, like his home care, like how he's supposed to take care of himself."
because she was like, oh, you're gonna forget. And I was like, no, I won't.
She's like, "He's not going to remember anything that I said."
I didn't remember a single thing.
But so I get back into the room and she tells me he did a really good job. And Kenny just turns around with this like giant face, like John McCain jaw, and just says, "No, you did a really good job." And points at the nurse. Like,
You dick.
unerringly gentlemanly, even
It's like,
drugged
no.
out of his skull.
You just mangled my face, and I'm high as hell, but it was you.
You did a
You're
really good job,
outstanding.
nurse.
So apparently, when I'm high on anesthesia, I'm very complimentary, very polite. Good game, good game, good game.
Yeah.
It was fun though. Although I did wake up at one point while they were like tugging on my teeth, which was
Shut
so
up,
scary.
really?
Yes, because they said I wouldn't remember anything. I remember that. Like I remember
no.
feeling it, girl. So I was like, I pointed at the mask or whatever, and I was like, more, but it wasn't so bad.
Oh
And
my God.
So now I've got one of them was impacted completely sideways.
Yeah.
And then one of them was just impacted, but it was straight up and down.
Yeah.
So they're healing differently. One of them to me looks like a vagine, or what I imagine a vagine might look like.
No. It's not.
And the other one is
Guarantee it.
the other one still has the dissolvable stitches in it, so it sort of just looks like a spider web.
No, you know what did you tell me the first day?
Well, it
were you,
felt like
were you
a-
high off your fucking
Oh yeah,
horse?
I was like high on oxys, and I was like,
You
it
know-
feels like flies in my mouth.
I was like, please explain.
Because like there were dissolvable stitches that were all like bundled up and tied up in my mouth.
Can I read exactly what you said?
Yeah, sure. I was like running my teeth, and I still am. I'm like running my tongue all over my teeth.
I can't help it,
I
yeah.
can't because there's like a big fucking hole back there.
Yeah.
So I went for my follow up today, and the doctor was like, "How's it going?" And I was like, I don't know. You tell me, because I still feel like this huge gaping socket in the back of my mouth.
I think you'll probably feel that for a while.
What's that?
This is my alarm for myself that I set.
What do you have to do at 9 o'clock?
Read it.
You brought a joint. Just a healthy, friendly reminder to yourself. You brought a joint to smoke.
I said to you, if not, they'll coax them out. But yeah, they definitely feel weird. I couldn't stop touching them with my tongue. And then you said, same. There's one that feels like a fly, which is so gross. So obviously I can't stop playing with it. And I go, feels like a fly? Question mark,
Like, what
question
the
mark,
fuck do you
question mark.
mean?
You go, like crunchy and little and black.
Well, it
You go,
was.
and then you go, I don't know what color it is, but it feels black.
Turns out they were black stitches. So
Oh, well,
I
said
was
it.
right.
Bah, ha, 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 ha. Okay, I gotcha.
Appropriate response, because it did. It was like squiggly, like ugh. But they all are gone now. So
The big and the brown.
the big of the broad. So I'm back to drinking, and
Yay!
feels good. I'm
Back to our better Kenny.
Yeah, exactly. Back to a happier, healthier Kenny. Thank you.
We missed you.
So let's jump into some hot topics. Matthew, you briefly mentioned Kehlani when you were comparing production, and I think that Rory and I both owe Kehlani a deep-seated apology, because
We were wrong.
she was featured in our very first pop music showdown against Tinashe
We were
Company.
wrong.
And by the way, Company is an amazing song, fantastic song. But
Don't get it twisted.
Kehlani's new album has arrived, and it's phenomenal. So I've been bopping to it all week. It's one of those pop albums that I like it so much that I'm telling all of my friends, like, you have to listen to this.
Yep.
So if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it.
And this is what he gets.
I'm revoking your privileges.
No,
Like,
Kenny
I
does
think
not.
you only have to push that button once.
I like the reverberating tones. I think Kenny and Matthew want to murder me.
but the real hot topic in terms of, it's actually been a really good week for music, which is great because we need the escapism right now. But the surprise Missy Elliott song and video have also arrived.
So
Yeah.
good.
So good.
Hold on, I got to show you there's an advertisement on the tea right now that I took a picture of because I thought it was so appropriate. Appropriate? Yeah. It says, smoke alarms, a sound you can live with.
True.
Right?
And like my favorite
I was like, you never knew how true you were.
My favorite thing about the song is the little smoke detector beeping.
So good.
That's so, because we've all been there where it's beeping and you're too lazy to take it out, or like you hear it on like a Vine video in the background or something. So fucking funny.
And they space them out long enough that like you hear the one beep and you're like, ugh. And then a minute goes by and you don't hear anything, and you just think that like, oh, it was a fluke. And you manage to keep convincing yourself over and over, like, oh, that was. It's not really. No.
Well, the first time I listened to it, I picked it up on the second verse, and I was like, oh my god, is that a smoke detector? And then when I listened to it again, I was like, she put it in the first verse too. I was just like tricking myself into not hearing it.
Yeah.
But I love that like anyone who does hear it, she's like, if I made you look, like, I'm talking to you, go change that battery. Yeah. Like, get it together. Oh, so funny.
You could die.
And like the video is amazing. It's David Myers, who she always used to work with all of her epic iconic videos in yesteryear. It's awesome. The song is so trap and like minimal and great, and I love it. And I love her. I'm so glad to see her back.
Amazing.
The like mirror lips.
Phenomenal.
I feel like I've seen some New York drag queens doing that. Rye Burke comes to mind. I feel like I've seen her do that. Is Ryan?
I don't think that Ryan. Yeah, it's a he. He's a he. I don't know that he's necessarily a drag queen. Even I think that he's just kind of a club kid.
Yeah, club kid makeup artist.
Well, he hangs out with fashion comes from.
Yeah,
so
true. I mean, he hangs out with.
Sorry, get it, Missy.
Amanda Lepore. And, I know. Well,
I mean, look up Ryan Burke on Instagram. Like the most incredible Instagram there ever was.
His looks are amazing.
Just like every day, how did you do that to your face?
Yeah, he must spend so much time. I always wonder how people that do that much makeup on themselves every single day don't break out like crazy.
Right?
Well, he probably is broken out like crazy under there.
I don't know.
He's always got so much makeup on that you would never know.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But I mean, texture can't
But, like,
always be fixed. Come on.
The kind of makeup that he does though, it's not like a beauty makeup. It's like
fantasy makeup.
It is
almost.
paint.
Yeah.
Like I think that can hide just about anything.
Anyway, so we love that Missy song. Speaking of drag queens, RuPaul's season 9 cast has been revealed. Did you guys look at the cast members yet? Did you?
No.
Who it is?
Well, all unknowns right now. Some of them look really cool. Some of them are very like New York, Brooklyn drag scene, and you guys don't know, so that's okay.
A little more. No. I what's her name that was on the last one?
Bob's a drag queen.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Bob.
Thorgy Thor.
I love Thorgy Thor too.
So
don't
which
love Thorgy
style?
Thor.
Yeah, I know, me neither. I like Bob though.
Yeah, I love Bob. Bob can do it all. Bob is. I wouldn't say she's like a
Versatile
beauty queen, but yeah, she's funny as hell. And I've heard stories.
Beautiful though.
Oh yeah, sure. I've heard stories where she was like working on cruises and stuff before the show, and she was like, people were eating her up even then. She's just so funny.
Yeah.
So
I tend not to look at the cast before the season starts. I kind of like to, when they walk through the door, to like.
I typically don't, but like I feel like the show is such a big thing these days that it feels like an event that the cast has been revealed, which is pretty sweet. Like 9 seasons in, that it's still like event
popular?
news. Yeah. I don't know. They look pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah. So, not today, Satan.
Sorry. Bianca.
Yeah, exactly. We tried to watch Bianca's
Like
terrible
Hurricane
movie.
Bianca or
oh
something.
my god, it was on Netflix.
Really?
And we turned it on. Oh,
tell me about it. Oh my god, tell me about it.
It's just like camp and cheap in the worst way. Not even in like a campy funny way. It's just like a bad, cheap, terrible script.
Well, it's like the RuPaul's Drag Race sketches, like that you have to sit through, but they only last a minute on the show. But this went on for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh no,
It's
that's
like,
not
stop.
cute.
No.
Yeah.
That's not cute.
It was pretty bad.
No.
Oh, and so the ad campaign for the new season is like, now more than ever is their catchphrase. It's like, we need, in these tumultuous times, like it's drag time.
I get it.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
I got it. I like it.
So we haven't watched The Real Housewives in a long time. Do you watch The Housewives at all?
Yarn.
So Bethany Frankel's ex, Jason Hoppy, was arrested this week.
I'm not big on New York, but continue.
I think she's back on it. She was off of it for a while, and she was one of my favorite housewives back in the day when I used to watch it religiously. Her ex was arrested for allegedly stalking her, like at their kids' school. I guess he like drove up while she was with the kid and her new boyfriend, and he was like, I'm coming after you, and like I'm gonna get you. She's evil. You've been warned. Da da da. Call a lawyer. Like this crazy psycho. It's pretty dumb.
Do you believe it?
Yeah, I believe it. I think I think they got together for all the wrong reasons, and I think he's feeling a little scorched, and I think he's trying to take her for everything she's worth. Thoughts, opinions? Okay, we will skip that one too.
Yeah, there you go. The people have spoken.
Judy Garland's ashes were flown to...
Is this a real headline?
This is real.
Yes! Judy Garland's...
This is just happening?
Judy Garland's ashes were flown.
Judy Garland's ashes...
Why is this just happening?
Because this is news. Judy Garland's ashes were relocated.
The people want to hear about this.
No, but I was just like, she died so long ago. Why is this just happening now? Why are they waiting till now to get her ashes on the move?
Well, Judy Garland is forever.
Of course.
She's listening right now.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Judy Garland...
Don't haunt me.
Well, who you really don't want haunting you is the super fan who paid $15,000 to be buried next to her initially, who now will no longer be buried next to her because she's been flown out to California.
And she's going to fucking murder someone?
Well, like, I think it was probably, this super fan was probably a man. I haven't looked into it, but any Judy super fan is probably a friend of Dorothy. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Ruby lined and you know, blue checker lined.
Precious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Precious.
This Judy
Based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
It just came to me. I'm sorry.
I hate you. I hate you both. So this Judy Garland superfan, whose name hasn't been released to the public, purchased this space next to Garland's resting place at Ferncliff Mausoleum, which cost $15,000.
At what time? What year?
Years ago. I don't know when.
So let's calculate in real dollars.
Yeah.
Today dollars, how much that is, because I bet it's a shitload.
I'm sure it's a lot. Yeah, they don't say when they purchased that spot. But I guess because there wasn't enough room around Judy for her family to also be there, they're yanking Judy out, pulling her out of the picture, and flying her out of state so that she can be with her family.
Is the purchaser of this plot still alive?
No, they were buried next
They
to
were
her.
buried next to her. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying that they like bought the plot, but they hadn't necessarily been buried yet.
No. So that's the person that's going to haunt you from beyond their
Oh,
grave. Is the person who
yeah.
had Judy and lost her.
Oh, how does a ghost haunt a ghost though? You have to haunt her ancestors.
Is that how that works?
No,
I don't know.
her
Matthew loves horror
predecessors.
movies. What happens when a ghost tries to haunt a ghost?
I don't know. There's
The Ring too.
well, there's a new one that's The Ring versus The Grudge.
Ew.
Yeah, it's
stupid.
the two ghosts like doing
Godzilla
battle,
and like Mothra.
just flinging their hair at each other.
So it becomes ridiculous and not worth talking about, basically.
Or it's phenomenal.
I mean, I've heard it's pretty good.
If you say so.
Definitely gonna watch it. So.
Well, we really had a wild roller coaster ride with the hot topics this week.
Kenny is so thrilled and enthused by our performance. I
guys,
thought we did great, Matthew. Whatever to him.
Just so you guys know, we're on a podcast. We're recording, and you can feel free to speak anytime. That'd be
Once you raise a topic that I have something to say about, I shall say it.
your
Stop
acceptable.
being stupid.
Acceptable answers are, I don't know anything about that. I don't know her. I'm not interested in that. That reminds me of something else completely different. The world is your oyster, friends. Use your words.
My favorite response from any question from now on will just go, I don't know her.
I don't know.
I don't know her.
Like, do you know what the weather's going to be like? I don't know her.
I don't know her.
Ken, did you finish those reports for Friday?
I don't know her.
I don't know her.
Done.
Over. Matthew, we like to play a game with each of our guests, and I know that you do not like games.
I hate games.
But you're going to like this one.
Okay.
This, as we all know, was lifted from the Totally Lame podcast, RIP. I'm going to list a series of proper nouns, and you are going to quickly tell me whether or not they are totally, which means they're cool, or lame, which means they're not cool.
You can
or
also substitute
Turtley.
Turtley.
You could say turtley if you
Substitute.
You got it.
want. Ooh, there's that radio voice. When Matthew does it, he sounds like
WJJ9.
a cartoon alligator, and when I do it, I sound like a lesbian in a grocery store. I'm like, hello, where's your vegan butter?
Where's the creamed corn?
Sorry, lesbians. So do you understand the concept of the
I
game?
get it.
Okay. So, totally lame. Ready? Do. Silk.
Totally.
The Zoo.
Totally.
Amazon.com.
Totally.
Jazz.
Totally.
Ebooks.
Totally.
Colored Contacts.
Totally.
Justin Timberlake.
Lame.
Zumba.
Totally.
Death Penalty.
Lame.
Mustard.
Totally.
Fur Coats.
Lame.
Madonna Now.
Totally.
Wicker Furniture.
Lame.
Ecstasy.
Totally.
Bunk Beds.
Lame.
Picklebacks.
Totally.
Improv.
Lame.
Cilantro.
Totally.
Therapy.
Totally.
Burning Bridges.
Totally.
Open mic nights.
Lame.
Having a nemesis.
Totally.
Theme parties.
Totally.
Star Wars.
Lame.
Misandry.
Totally.
Marshmallow Fluff.
Totally.
Food Network.
Totally.
Rory, will you hit the applause button, please? Thank you.
I think you've got the record
welcome.
for the most turtlies.
I know.
Yeah,
I felt very positive.
You do,
Which is weird because
You
I don't
are
like
very-
a lot of
No,
things.
you liked everything almost.
Which begs the question, what did a bunk bed ever do to you?
Well, Queen, I'm 6'4". I don't fit in them.
Did
Makes
either
sense.
did either of you
I
ever
don't want to fall either.
Did you ever fall out of a bunk bed?
No,
I
but
did.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm still. I'm
And I
surprised you're
still
here
love a
today.
bunk bed.
I never fell out, but I hit my head on them like frequently, or hit my head on the ceiling if I was on the top bunk. Oh, my freshman year of college, my gnarly roommate. I had a roommate who thought that he was a Rastafarian, but he was, of course, a very wealthy white dude from North Carolina.
Oh, makes sense.
And he was so short that he couldn't tell that I was up on the top bunk. So he would just walk into the room shit talking me, and he would bring girls to the room and just start having sex with them on the bottom bunk, not realizing that I was like asleep up top.
Ew.
So I would just wake up to these like gnarly sounds and smells and sights.
Oh, yucky.
Are
So
you
that's
sure?
what a bunk bed has done to me.
Okay.
Are you sure he didn't know, or he was just like?
Oh,
fucking
he
with
didn't
you,
know.
or-
He was a little person.
Literally.
Couldn't see all the way up there.
He was legit
Literally.
like 4'10".
Troletto.
Just
Yeah,
didn't even know that I was up there.
That was Everest to him. He would just look up and be like, I don't know what's up there, and I just don't care. It's pretty funny.
But look at the vista.
Oh, we forgot to talk about the news of the week. My mouth is cured. America is over. Capitalists lost. Fascism is dead.
Thanks. No.
Beyonce is pregnant with twins. Beyonce Knowles Carter is pregnant with two sweet little beautiful angel babies. And the photo shoot that accompanied her announcement was over the top, ridiculous, wannabe, David LaChapelle, syrup, gaudy,
What was up
/
with that
classy amazingness.
Fucking veil, though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just cute. She's doing the most, and like that's the point. I also love that she's like, we're not gonna have any of these she didn't actually have the baby rumors this time, motherfuckers. I'm gonna actually get all the way naked and take a zillion pictures and dare you to like assume that I just had a surrogate on this one.
I don't know her.
See what you did there. You brought it back. Yeah.
Was that right?
Okay. No opinions. Congratulations, Beyonce. Even
Congratulations, Beyonce.
I don't know. This is feeling very hostile.
Yeah, I'm thinking I need to remind myself to get the cricket sound.
That's so rude.
I like honestly can't. I know that it's shitty and rude, but like there's a fascist in the White House and I just don't care about people having babies. Like even if it was my celebrity, even if it was Kylie Minogue announcing she was having twins, I'd be like, congrats, Kylie. But like life is over.
it's
I
kinda
feel
can't
I'm
find
having
the
a very hard time
joy
getting worked
anymore.
up about anything,
Yeah.
which is a sad state of affairs.
Can
but
I
that's
just have
that's me
this,
being
please?
honest. You can have it. I'm glad you're excited.
It's all yours. We give
It's
it to you.
all for you.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know her.
Okay, well,
Sorry about it.
right.
Congrats, Beyonce.
thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Allie was telling me that she had a coworker who I think listens to the show. Shout out Craig.
Hello, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Who was working at one of their site offices and was like, the people here don't really like Beyonce and don't know what lemonade is, and I'm gonna ask to transfer out of this office because I cannot deal with this violence and hostility.
Oh my
I
God.
was like, a man after my own heart. I absolutely agree. Well, okay. I should have just left that one out too, I guess.
I mean, it is the hot topic. It's what everyone's discussing. So
What are your? Do you guys
you've
have
got
any?
your most two compassionate and loving people, the people
That's
that love you the
true. Two
most
of
right
my
here,
best friends.
and we're both like,
shaking heads.
No,
Okay. Well, what do you guys want to talk
no.
about? Hot topics? Anything?
I don't know. There's like 16 million Syrian refugees looking for a home right now. I got nothing. I'm sorry. I'm a real downer.
womp 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 womp.
I keep trying to watch funny movies or like look at, I don't know.
Well, that's what
Look at
Beyonce.
birds.
That's what the Beyonce news and accompanying photo shoot is to me. Is like
But it's
this
not enough.
amazing escapism,
Okay.
self-care, over-the-top distraction. Which, like, take it where you can get it. Right?
Totally.
What are you guys doing to distract yourselves from the outside world?
Drugs.
Bourbon.
I've heard a lot of people saying that, like, I need to cut back. I've been drinking or smoking too much every single day.
Yeah.
Which is like me normally. So,
Hey, yeah. Totally. Totally.
so drinking and drugs, abusing alcohol.
Lots of showers.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like living in a hot shower right now.
I would totally be on board with that, except my hot water heater is a son of a bitch. So sometimes
Still?
it still just cuts out on me sometimes. It's like the state of the art Roy's
say
Mercedes-
Rolls Royce. It's Mercedes.
Mercedes-Benz.
It's a Beamer, actually.
It's the Tesla of fucking hot water heaters, but it is because it's energy efficient. And it just cuts out sometimes like a motherfucker.
That sucks.
Yeah, I know, right? Sorry.
So, what are your self-care things other than drinking and boozing? Any like TV or staying in bed or that's what basically I've been doing. Lots of TV, lots of bed.
Getting up late during the week and getting up early on the weekends.
Love that.
Yeah.
Sleep. Sleep is.
I sleep for me, which is during the week, and then on the weekends I get up for me.
I like that.
Yeah.
Sleep is like the number one escapism, right? I mean, other than the permanent
So
sleep.
good.
It's like not working for me lately though.
Well,
I'm just
if
having
you can-
such
That's
If
why,
you
that's why
get
I've been getting
dreams.
high.
Yeah, to
It's so
help.
good.
Yeah, you have to be able to
dreams
get there.
are bad.
Yeah.
I have bad dreams.
dreams
too, yeah.
are bad.
I've had a few, but it's mostly like the anxiety before falling asleep, which has been problematic for
Really?
me. Like lots of restless thoughts but we have an oil diffuser which we put a little lavender oil in next to my bedside
Does it
table.
help out?
It's nice because like you were saying, your brain recognizes patterns and eats them up, and doing this little lavender oil before we go to bed each night has become this sort of like
Little ritual.
It's time to turn off.
Plus, it's like
Yeah.
it's a humidifier, so it makes a little sound. It's kind of like a white noise
like a
machine
little
too.
steam
I love it.
coming out. Love it. So
Love it. Love it. I'm going to try that out.
it's the best. So lots of self-care.
Can we talk about self-care for a second?
Sure.
And talk about our who is going to be our winner of our
Yes.
super important raffle?
Yes. Okay, listeners, the time has come. The coveted very first Kenneth Frankly podcast giveaway is upon us.
Yay!
Matthew.
Yay.
Oh my God, you guys, calm down. Please, I'm trying to get through this.
You need to get on our level. All I'm saying.
Matthew, since you are our guest, perhaps you will choose a number between 1 and 9. And
I'd love to.
Thank you so much.
Yay!
And we will pick. Wow. We will pick the winner of our very first giveaway. Matthew, please pick a number between 1 and 11.
8.
8. Okay. Now, in order to make it completely fair, I'm going to go to number 8, and then Rory, I'm going to ask you another number, and I'm
Okay.
not going to tell you what I'm going to do with it yet, right?
All
Okay,
right.
hold on. Okay, and give me a number 1.
3.
Oh, I was thinking 3 too.
That's my favorite.
And since that would have been not the real Rory Megan, we're gonna bump back to Almost Crime. Congratulations, Almost Crime. Her review says, hilarious. What would I do without this podcast? Makes me feel like I'm in the living room drinking wine with my besties. Recommended if you love pop culture, laughing, dogs, and alcohol. Thank you, Almost Crime.
Oh, thank you. Yay.
We
Ain't that sweet?
get in touch. We will be in touch. We'll get you your cute little goodie bag over to you.
And we hope you enjoy it.
We hope you enjoy it.
And tell us if you don't or not.
Or, yeah.
Just keep it to yourself.
Keep us posted. Listeners, that was our very first giveaway. We'll have one next week, maybe, hopefully. We'll figure it out.
Something fun.
Yeah, we'll do
It'll be
something
fun. Don't worry.
While we're at it, I also wanted to play a quick round of Who is Rory? No one actually guessed the Two Truths and a Lie game last week. So I'm going to ask...
You don't care?
Well, I'm going to ask you to divulge which one was true. As a recap, the Two Truths and a Lie were that you hate sushi and shellfish, that you were on the jury for a murder trial when you were 18, somewhere around there. 19.
Yeah.
And that you drove to Canada to pick up your dog.
Yeah.
My guess at the time was that you did not do that, and that was the lie. However, we ordered a gang of sushi tonight, and you were like, let's go for it. So therein lies...
You didn't know that?
Lies the lie.
You didn't know my what was truth and what was a lie?
Well, when I texted you, I was like, is sushi cool? I'm confused.
I'm like, yeah, boo. I love sushi.
So Rory loves sushi. Now you know.
Oh, of course.
Matthew, do you want to play a round of Two Truths and a Lie with Rory?
Yeah.
We'll see if we can guess what the Two Truths and a Lie are. Is that too much on the spot?
No.
No, she came prepared.
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good.
She has a Google document.
It's an Evernote. Get familiar.
It's fine. So I taught myself how to write SQL, like query language,
Okay.
with my job that I have now. Not completely by myself, but like
Basically.
definitely like learned how to read it and then learned how to write, like edit it and then learned how to write it myself.
Okay.
I graduated from Suffolk University with my bachelor's degree with the 3.98
Oh, shit. I should know
GPA.
that.
That's summa cum laude.
Whoa.
If you didn't know, yeah. And I'm a neat freak.
I know you're not a neat freak.
I was gonna say, I feel like I'm cheating because I'm just watching your face as you're reading these
As
things.
you're
off.
like trying to
like-
lie about it.
So it's easier to cheat the people in the podcast than it is to cheat you guys because you're right in front of me.
I'm like watching you like writing it, like watching your eyes move from one side of your skull to the
I'm
other.
a terrible liar.
Well,
but
wait.
really
So I
though-
want to. So what I want to know is about SQL because I don't know what this is. What is SQL?
Oh, it's query language. It's
Queer
like,
language?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I thought I was teaching you that.
Oh no, boo.
Oh,
No.
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 SQL. Is it like HTML?
SQL.
No, SQL.
It's.
I still.
I mean, I don't actually know what it is either. I was about to get real smart, but
It's
Yeah.
like
no,
it's-
Rory's
it's
the only
database.
smart one here.
It's database language.
Like my
It's
SQL. It's like a server.
Well, MySQL is one. Yeah,
It's like a
that's
web-
a different like type. Like it's a syntax of SQL language. It's a way to talk to databases and query databases
Got
and
it.
pull data. The way
reminds-
that you want to organize it.
Got it. It reminds me of FTP, but more complicated and more intelligent. And like you write it.
Sure, I don't know what
I
that
don't
is,
know.
but that's
Me
fine.
neither. Who
Exactly. So
Well, that's very impressive. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And also, I did not know that you graduated 3.98 summa cum what?
summa
Laude.
cum laude, yeah.
How loud?
That's the highest of the laudes. If you didn't know, now you know, Kenny.
Say it loud and proud.
Thanks.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
I also forgot that you ended up at Suffolk after UMass.
I did.
And that was throwing me off the tracks for a bit. I was like, oh, I caught her because we were just talking about UMass Law.
Yeah, no, I got you. I got you.
You almost did.
But the trick is with the neat freak thing. So I am a neat freak when I'm staying at a hotel. I don't know what it is about that, but like it's not my space, but like it's clean when I walk in, so I want to keep it clean.
I think that's a nice way of coming and going from a place.
And also, I feel like the poor housekeeping staff, like
why they got to be poor?
We don't because we don't tip them enough.
Capitalism.
That's what I'm saying. We don't tip them enough. Come on.
Yeah, I suppose. No, I think that's a nice, respectful way to treat a hotel room.
Thanks.
But when you're in your own comfortable home, in your own surroundings,
it's not trash, but it's not clean.
Do you wish it was something that you could change, or do you like it?
I have 2 animals, so it's just not really
Why
feasible.
clean it if it's going to be messy again?
I can't keep up.
Are you targeted though? Because like I am not by any means a neat freak, but if you look at my computer, everything is so impeccably organized.
What does that mean, targeted?
I just mean like, do you like I
have the
I have
behavior
no
of a-
problem with like throwing things on the floor or leaving something on the coffee table for a couple days longer than it should have been there, but like I want my shirts folded just so. Like that, you're not a neat freak, but like
there's certain things. Yeah, I've got a way about like the way I fold my towels, like the way that I put the dishes away, and if they're not clean enough, they go back in or they get like hand washed, or like there are certain things that like
have to be done in
yeah
as a matter of course.
But I mean, for the most part, I don't discriminate. If companies come in, there'll be coffee on the table, and my shit won't be everywhere. And that's all you got to know.
You know what we're bad about? Excuse me. We never have coffee in the house ever because we don't really drink coffee unless we go out. So people come over and sometimes ask for coffee, and we're like,
I feel like
sorry.
every time we have a guest over, they're like, "Can I have some coffee?" And we're like, "No,
no,
you
I'm
just need
sorry.
to get
we've got a Starbucks on the corner." Like,
just get some
sorry about
Maxwell
it.
House and get like a drip thing. Not a drip thing, like a... Go to a thrift store and get a fucking French press and call it a day.
That already sounds like way more
And I
effort
don't
than I
know
feel
how
like
to
putting
use
into
one.
it.
Well, they'll know how.
I
If
have
you-
quite a selection of teas.
Yeah, we've got tea for days.
Tea's lame.
Spill the tea.
Continue on to the next one. Go.
Tea is not lame. Excuse me.
It's about to be a what? Girl fight.
I don't know her.
I don't know her. None of us know each other. Episode 11.
We don't know her.
None of us know each other.
It was like the besties thing. Like, we don't know everything about each
Yeah.
other.
I chew on bones.
I sleep on my face.
I was going to offer to pass the homo moment to Matthew this week, if you'd like to indulge us, Matthew, as the first queer guest
Ever?
on the show. You're the first.
Oh.
You're the first queer guest on the show.
Oh.
Wow.
So
I can't believe. But what episode is this? 11?
11. We've only had 2 other guests, so
I know, but it took 11 episodes
To
not have
break that glass ceiling?
right? Jesus Christ,
there's more.
we're the problem with America
That's
right now.
There's more where that came from, hunties.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you guys want to sing the homo moment together?
Yes,
Matthew, do you want to
please.
join us? Give us that radio bass.
I can do it.
Nice. Homo mo 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 mo. Homo mo mo man. Homo mo 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 mo. Homo mo mo man. Every week, I invite Rory into the world of complete homosexuality by introducing her to a gay slang term, word, phrase, event, topic. This week, I'm passing the homo moment to my sweet father, daddy.
I didn't mean to
Clap for that.
to that. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
They never saw Kenny again. I'm passing it to my sweet father, daddy, husband, Matthew.
You're a little girl.
Because I'm a little girl.
I'm a little girl.
Since I'm a little girl. Matthew, what's this week's homo moment?
Act up.
No, I don't really know what act up is either.
Is that
Are y'all supposed to guess?
Yeah.
yeah. It's not
I know that
it's
it's
not about turning up.
No, I think it's like a political thing. Act up.
Oh, like activism, like rise up,
I think that's what it is.
become active in a cause that you care about.
It's a I think it's a proper noun.
It is a
act up.
noun. It is not a verb. It's
Is it
all caps.
Is
Act
it
up.
Is it a historic movement?
It is a historic movement. It was
Jesus.
in the 80s about the AIDS crisis. Back when the Reagan White House and basically all of America was just pretending that AIDS wasn't even a thing. It's relevant these days because the ACT UP people were actually protesting in 1989 in front of Trump Tower. They've been protesting Donald Trump for nearly 20 years now.
Wow. On
nearly
what
30
grounds?
years now. See, I'm really good at math.
On what grounds?
Basically, Trump got this massive tax break in like 1988, where to build his new tower or something along those lines, he got what was called an abatement of something like 6%, which is like a massive amount
That
of
happens
money.
still to this day.
Yeah, totally.
Developers all over every city get that.
Exactly. And, you know, New York at the time was very much like in that transitional state of just like, it was very stark, the Donald Trumps of the world versus the people who were dying of AIDS in the street, like literally, you know, overflowing the hospitals. And
it was an epidemic that people in legislature and government were ignoring.
And like basically an entire generation of queer people was just wiped off the map, you know?
Right.
So people were protesting in front of him. He was like kind of the symbol of gross inequality of like, if that tax abatement had not gone to Donald Trump, that however many millions of dollars could have saved so many lives. Like this one douchebag developer gets treated like royalty because he was born rich
and because he's spending more money here,
just rotting away and hallucinating and dying. You know?
Yeah.
Is ACT UP still active, or was it a moment in time? Did it have leadership? Did it end?
It was a moment in time. I don't know if it necessarily had like a
Specific
leader.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that there were people who were kind of figureheads up front. But I've been noticing more and more lately, you know, because everybody right now is talking about protests and how much and how, you know, tactics for how we're supposed to be handling the current administration of, you know, when do you protest? What do you hope to accomplish with them? That kind of thing. And I've been seeing more and more people citing ACT UP as a reference for like, here is a protest that actually can do something. These are people that like...
Well, what was their effect?
Yeah. And how did they make change come about?
Or did they?
I mean, I think first of all, they did in that people just didn't know about it.
So they were
AIDS.
raising awareness.
Yeah, absolutely. It was awareness.
Did Trump have a response to them?
You know, that's the thing. I was looking this up and I never found him on the record or anything. But if you Google ACT UP Trump, you will find these incredible photos from a rally in 1989 of people dressed up as, there's someone dressed up as Dracula. There's a dude dressed up as Dorothy, and they're all holding signs that say "Surrender Trump," just standing under Trump Tower, holding up these "Surrender Trump" signs.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah. In general, if you want to read more about it, Google ACT UP and Slate. I hate recommending Slate to people because, man, there's some Goonie writers at Slate, but they've
Goonie, that's a savage term. We got to bring that into the vernacular.
Yeah.
They are, though. That's
Goonie.
the only word I can come up with for Slate most of the time. But they have, in the past couple months, written a couple of really, really good pieces about ACT UP. So
cool. Well,
further reading for
Matthew,
your brains.
thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate that.
That one I'm actually going to follow up on and like internalize.
Yeah,
not, like,
get familiar.
Get familiar.
All your bullshit. No. This is us beating up on Kenny. I'm so sorry.
Hey,
We
that's
do not
fine.
need to-
No, you absolutely should beat up on me.
Aw.
I deserve it.
No, you don't.
I'm already in enough pain.
Oh, the agony.
I've had a drink, so now I probably can't have an oxy later, huh?
No.
My mouth hurts now.
You can give it to me if you want.
I've got some to share. Sharing is caring. In these tumultuous times, the least you've been drinking though, so as long as you don't take it tonight.
Let's not talk about our drug deals online.
What are they going to do?
Or
is it a deal? I mean,
what is it called? 858. Call Frank 85.
Get familiar. Learn the number. Also, learn the jingle. That was Rory's trying to sing our phone number jingle. She goes, "Hey 58, hey 9, Frank 985." That's not it. That's not it, girl.
I was saying 8, but that's fine.
Hey, call me. Hey, Frank, hey.
That's not it.
Listeners, if you have anything to share with us, you can reach us by phone at 828-K-FRANK-8. Wow, she was off with that one.
Just call 555 Frank.
Yeah.
828 K-Frank 8.
There she goes.
828 K-Frank 8.
You got it, girl. I'm proud of you. Yay. Love it. You can also submit questions to kennethfrankly@gmail.com. Matthew, you're off the hook because we didn't get any this week. So listeners, our listener questions are, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. So
Ask us something, would you?
right, I'm dying to give you some advice because I have all of the answers. The world is figured out for me.
They might have learned their lessons.
I know, they're like, no value there.
Like, Jesus Christ, these two orangutans can't punch themselves out of a paper bag.
That's true. I did want to mention that I have signed up for volunteering for the Trevor Project while we're speaking of queer stuff and activism.
What's that?
It's an LGBT youth assistance program. They don't have an office in Boston, but I'm doing an online orientation, which I assume means that they will eventually.
Satellite stuff?
No, well, I think eventually they'll have.
An office here?
I think eventually they'll have me, once I've finished my orientation, they'll have me doing like phone, like hotline stuff, because they were specifically asking for queer identifying people. So I think that it's going to be queer people who can be on the other side of a hotline for some troubled queer youth.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah. So self-care is step number 1, as we were talking about. And then step 2
Sure.
step 2 is working to fix it and doing your little part, which sometimes means donation, sometimes means volunteering time or other things. So we can all do our little part. I read something interesting this week that was like, maybe it was a movie where someone was stranded on Mars and they were trying to get back to Earth. And
The Martian?
was it The Martian? Yeah.
I think that's a thing.
Yeah. I think it was the Martian.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Feels good, doesn't
It
it?
really does. It really does.
So in The Martian, Matt Damon's character is trying to get back to Earth. He's stranded on Mars.
Yeah.
And he's trying to figure out how to get there. But the first problem is he doesn't have enough food to survive to figure out how to get back to Mars. So he has to like grow potatoes or something. He has to figure out how to grow potatoes on the ship. Follow me. Stay
Yeah,
with me.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Potatoes.
So let the scintillating conversations and self-care and support and all of these things that you're having with your friends and with your loved ones, let those moments be the potatoes. So that you can...
Is this a metaphor?
It's like an analogy. So that you can
I'm eating out.
eat that and gain the strength to figure out how to get back home from Mars. Rory was just doing some very rude
That was
miming.
inappropriate.
I've done some miming in my day, and I've never seen anything like that.
We never did that in the drama gym.
Unless that was the bottom of a tennis racket. I don't know what you're referring to.
Oh my God.
This week, I want to give a big fuck you to the people who are slowly but surely realizing that their vote for Donald Trump was in bad taste. And now that he's in power and making all of these bullshit rules, they're like, I regret my vote. You get no sympathy from me. You're a fucking asshole. It's too little too late. I'm glad you came around, but you fucking suck anyway. So you're wrong this week.
Who is actually bold enough and brazen enough to admit?
I better to admit it than to not. But still, fuck you. You're not getting sympathy. It's
Oh,
not like
if I voted for him, I would live under a rock for the next 4 years
Yeah.
and like pray to God that no one exposed me.
yeah, basically. I mean,
I wanted Obamacare to go away. I didn't know the ACA was going to go too.
yeah.
Womp 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 womp.
Did you hear about the Syrian family in
Fuck
New
you.
York? The Syrian family in New York who voted for Trump, and-
Pennsylvania.
Was
they
it-
were in a state that mattered.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, even worse.
And they had like an elderly mother that tried to come from Syria and got sent back. And they're like, oops. It's like, yeah, you're the fucking reason that happened. You have no one to blame but yourself. Dum-dums. Get familiar. Educate yourself before you flex your voting rights, right? God damn it. So they're wrong this week. Of all the people that are wrong, I think they're the people that I'm the most angry about this week.
The Muslim family that voted for
No,
them?
no. Especially the Muslims.
No. That was
Yeah. That was
jokes.
funny. That was
jokes,
funny.
guys. Sorry.
I'm really mad right now at people who are sharing photos of dead children on Facebook.
Yeah.
As this like weird meme way of garnering sympathy.
What?
People are sharing photos of dead Syrian children on
What?
Facebook
Why?
to shame people. Which
Oh.
And I think that goes a bit too far.
it's to me, first of all, it's like robbing people of their dignity.
Right.
Which like the last thing that like a person who is dying under horrific circumstances wants is to be like turned into a goddamn meme for you to make a political
No.
point on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But also like it reads so, every time I see it, I just hear like a Sarah McLachlan song under it.
Yeah.
Like it's like that bougie white people
Yeah.
guilt shit of like, look at me. I feel very guilty and sad about the treatment of these poor people.
I was watching the documentary 13th, which is about the 13th Amendment and the private industry of prisons and systemic racism and how, of course, they are hand in hand and always have been. And they were talking about how things are changing now that there are videos everywhere. You can't hide from it. It's happening.
Yeah.
But in the documentary, they were showing, thankfully with permission from the families, but like videos of these attacks by cops on innocent black people. And
People's smartphones, right?
yeah, because everyone has everyone has a camera now, which is brand new. So the responsibility is there, and you can't hide from it. But then to me, I think it's in bad taste for someone to just share it on Facebook, much like the Syrian refugees, because you're normalizing it.
Yeah.
And you're making it just something and I guess that's the good and the bad. You have the proof, you have the knowledge and the data that this is happening as often as it is, but where do you draw the line in like tactful behavior when it comes to owning that knowledge and having that media,
It's like protesting. It's like it's exposing an issue, but it's also absolutely, we said, like normalizing it and
It
making
like
it so that,
reinforces a narrative.
and
in
people
people's
that will
minds.
just skip right over it because it's something that they see
Seen it
every
before.
day and they get
So we're just supposed to
desensitized
get
it.
used to like murder and death in every day now. You know what I mean? Like in the 90s, there was like that Faces of Death website where they randomly had found footage of like freak accidents and people dying. And that was like like dark internet. Like that was, oh my God.
You could rent those like VHS tapes at the video store. There was like a Faces of Death series. It was like,
but it was underground and it was like you were sick for watching it. And it was like this deep, dark thing. And now it's like, you're just watching people dead and images of dead people all the time everywhere. And it sucks that it's happening and it's important that we have that knowledge, but it's also really scary to be surrounding yourself with it every single day.
Was it dead people or was it people dying?
Both.
Faces of Death.
Yeah, people dying.
People dying, but also like
Dying?
animals and
Really?
like all sorts. Just like the darkest. It was for like teenage boys, basically.
Oh
to
yeah.
like,
Just be like,
like freak skateboarding accidents where people
my
like,
God.
yeah. Just,
So-
oh my God.
yeah.
I saw a documentary a couple weeks ago. This is just reminded me, called Camera Person, which I think every single person in the whole world should watch. It like was one of those kind of almost life-changing documentaries.
I'm so mad I missed it.
I know. The second that it's on demand somewhere, I will totally watch it a million times again.
Cool.
But there's one part where she shows the Syrian filmmaker. His name is Sharif Kiwan, I think. And he's part of this collective in Syria who are making these very kind of like political films. But the whole purpose is that they're trying to show the horror of what's happening without showing
Showing it.
actual violence. And like, how do you communicate? How do you make people feel that kind of revulsion and sickness and awfulness without sacrificing people's dignity in the process? And he's talking about whenever you see a picture of people from Iran or from Syria or from any of these places, you can conjure up these images in your head immediately because there's like the stereotypical images of what you see all the time in the media. And it's always people suffering, people covered in mud and blood and screaming and crying in the street. And it's, awful. And then whenever you see a picture of Assad, he's always wearing like a very nice suit and like looking very clean and put together. And it's like,
Who's Assad?
He's the leader in Syria. Who's
President Assad that they're trying to get out.
Yeah.
basically responsible for the civil war that's happened there.
Yeah.
It's
All the terrible gas or chemical warfare
that he's using on his own citizens.
Yeah.
Like,
God.
He's a bad guy.
Sounds like it.
Bad
but
guy.
so like that's the thing. It's these narratives that you don't even realize are narratives. Like protesters, whenever you see pictures of protests, like today, there's all these pictures of the flames at UC Berkeley because of the Milo Yiannopoulos speech.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, protesters are violent and angry and they like vandalize and break shit. And it's like, no. Like I've been to 3 protests in the past week and they've all been quite pleasant and peaceful. Like,
Although that ties back into the fact that protests are happening now, I think has a lot to do with the Black Lives Matter movement, which has sort of given us the post Occupy Wall Street template of how to protest.
totally.
But the Black Lives Matter protests are inherently more violent, or at least more, I would say, more aggressive. So
I think that it's not that they're more aggressive, it's that they aren't condoned by like city officials. Like when
yes, they are. Our Black Lives Matter protest was.
ours was because we're in Boston, Massachusetts.
Right, but even
like,
that was like you would admit that the vibe between the Women's March and the Black Lives Matter March was completely different.
it was totally different. But like if you look at Ferguson, they rolled in with fucking tanks.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't a friendly parade route. That was police with like water guns.
Right, well, that's what I
Whereas
mean.
the women's movement was so fucking huge. And like, yeah, we can sit around and argue about like, as soon as white women start to feel threatened, that's when millions of people take to the streets.
Well, that wasn't my point. My point was that they treat women's march differently than they do a black people's march. That's all.
But like even with the women's march, I saw so many people immediately looking for ways to delegitimize it. Like, oh look, they left litter. Look at all the signs they left on the road, all these protesters. I thought they were for the environment. And like the thing is that as long as America has existed, people have hated protesters.
Right.
Like that is just a base. Like fucking George Washington said of the Boston Tea Party, I wish that they hadn't destroyed the tea. Like people have always been like, oh, protesters are looting and vandalizing. Like that's just a baseline.
It's part of what makes them effective.
I mean, that's the thing. The whole point is to disrupt people. It's like, you're supposed to be stuck in traffic. That is the entire point. Otherwise, you would never think about this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So finding that line, where is the line in getting the point across while still protecting the victims, I guess. It's a delicate balance that I'm sure we have plenty of time to figure out together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Protests every day.
Let's think about it right now.
Well, we started out in Candyland and we ended up in the depths of hell. Any closing thoughts, friends?
I love you.
I love you too. I love you. Happy anniversary.
Love you, Father. Happy anniversary.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know. What are we doing? We haven't come up with any plans.
Now that we're married, I guess we'd focus more on the wedding anniversary, but
I don't know. I still like the February one though. Valentine's Day we don't really do much for because our dating anniversary is like a week before Valentine's Day, so it kind of
Although,
do you celebrate the day you started dating, your first date?
Yeah.
Well,
like if you can call it that.
Yeah, I mean first.
Well,
first smooch.
Me too.
First.
Yeah.
First kiss. I would say.
Yeah. First sleepover, right? No.
it was our first sleepover, but I don't think we
sleepover.
touched though.
It wasn't a sleepover.
Oh no, you're right because it was snowing and I had left.
Yeah.
It was. We were at a Super Bowl party.
Yeah. Go Pats.
Yeah.
And when I picked him up, I thought that he was 30 years old, which at the time was really old because we were 23.
Yeah.
And he had told me that he was going.
I was really drunk. I was at a bar and I was like, it's my 30th birthday. You better come. And then he was like, so when he comes to pick me up for this date, he's like, so you're turning 30, huh? And I was like, what? No.
I was like,
why
do you
would
know
you think
how
that?
much like inner struggle I had to deal with to decide to go on a date with you, old man? Like, and you're 23 like me, you jerk. Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, man, I need to like moisturize if you really think I look 30.
Yeah, right? Oh my God.
You've got a strong brow. I think that's what threw me off.
Yeah, I've been like perpetual old.
Yeah, that's
hashtag
true.
born old.
That means you'll never age, though. That's perfect.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This hairline
It
isn't going to
means-
stay where it is forever.
It means you'll never age and just shh. Baby, shh.
You'll always be.
Forever young.
I wanna be.
I think it's more like
forever young,
forever middle-aged.
forever Ken. I wanna be forever Ken.
Didn't want to be Kenny forever.
And ever.
Listeners, thanks as always for joining us. Matthew, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for allowing me to really bring your vibe
You got
all the way down.
Yeah. Your presence has been felt.
I feel a lot lower than I started.
Matthew, you're
Rightfully so. It's fine.
you're sort of
I feel woke.
you're sort of in between promo cycles right now. You're working on something, but
I'm always working. I had an EP that came out a couple months ago. Got a couple music videos on the way. If my grumble awful publicist ever answers the phone,
What's her name?
we're not getting into that.
She's on notice.
We're not getting. We're not going there.
She's on notice.
she is on notice.
We don't know what that means,
Legal
but she's
notice.
she's on notice.
Yeah, right.
Where can people find you?
MatthewConnor.net.
Cool. We always play an outro song, as you know. Matthew, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but is there a song that you would like to use as this week's outro song that our listeners can hear?
Yes. But I don't know what it is.
Okay, we'll do
I'm
it.
gonna slip it to you later.
Okay, we'll do it
He's
in
a
post.
sound engineer, so he can figure it
Yeah,
out
I'm
later.
gonna
You'll be
put it
fine.
in myself actually later.
Okay.
It'll be a super surprise.
Came out differently than I intended it.
While you're here,
like
while you're here, we should also thank you for writing and producing our theme song,
Yay, you're welcome.
which is so good.
It was my
So
pleasure.
good, amazing,
Channeling
so
all of my early 90s Kylie dreams
Yeah.
and
love it.
fantasies.
Slash
Absolutely love
with
it,
a-
and so thankful. Thank you.
a dash and salt and pepper of Ricky Lake in there too.
Yeah, I was going to say that I was listening to Wendy Williams' theme song
Yeah.
on repeat a
So
lot that week.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you,
course.
Thank you, Rory, for being here.
Absolutely.
I feel like I know you a little better this week.
That's right.
Sequel,
Summa cum laude.
but not a
Sequel.
dog
Oh,
from
yeah,
Canada.
yeah. I'm like sequins dress.
Sequel. SQL.
Yeah, sequel. Yeah.
Until next time, listeners. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.